Welcome to World Travel Made Easy with Itinerary Boss, the podcast for busy professionals, entrepreneurs, and business owners who want to travel smarter, save money, and plan unforgettable trips without the stress. I'm Ross, your host and the founder of Itinerary Boss. I spent a decade building a career in healthcare, software, and medical device sales while planning both personal and business trips across more than 20 countries. Whether it was group getaways with friends, couples trips, or just mapping out business territories, I became the go-to person for saving money on flights, organizing those logistics, and using points to elevate the experience. Now, as an entrepreneur and business owner, I help others do the same by showing you how to travel better using points, smart planning, and those proven strategies. Each week, we bring you expert guests, step-by-step tutorials on points and miles, and real-world itineraries that we've used to help you plan with confidence. Whether it's using points to travel better, exploring a new destination, or just learning how to maximize your spending, we've got you covered. Before we dive in, go ahead and grab one of our free tools in the show notes. One, the points and miles cheat sheet that'll help you get started earning and redeeming points to save thousands on travel, or the stress-free travel toolkit that includes a budget guide, packing checklist, and planning tips to save you time and hassle. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or busy professional looking to choose your next credit card or get help maximizing your everyday spending for rewards and booking free travel, book a free one-on-one consultation. You can find the link within the show notes or head over to itineraryboss.com. And if this episode helps you, please share it with a friend or family member, follow the show, and leave a 5-star review. It's the best way that helps us grow. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to another episode of World Travel Made Easy. We're excited this week to talk through transfer bonuses and what are those. If you got a chance to listen to our episode last week around what are transfer partners, I think this will really help. If you didn't get a chance to go to listen to that episode, I would suggest go back and listen to it. It is less than 10 minutes and it talks through, what are transfer partners and why are they so valuable. And I think that'll then help you build upon what are transfer bonuses, because you're then going to realize, okay, when I do go into my bank's portal, I then, who can I transfer to? And then how should I be looking for different transfer bonuses? So once you're able to transfer over to different partners, a lot of the times, whether it's monthly, different banks will run different promotions to some of the different transfer partners in the form of a transfer bonus. So sometimes it'll be 20%, 30%, 40% sometimes even, and it can be from any of the bigger banks that we spoke to on the last episode, which would be your Amex membership rewards, your Capital One Miles, Chase Ultimate Rewards, Citi Thank You Points, or Bilt rewards. So staying in tune with that, we actually have, if you click the links within the episode show notes, you can actually stay up to date on transfer bonuses as well as welcome offers for credit cards. That way you're not having to manually track those. We also send those out in the weekly newsletter, but if you want to just have something where you're targeting specific bonuses and you have a specific trip that you're wanting to do, that's, we have different resources to help you track all of that. So that would be my suggestion. I mean, the nice part, right, is just a quick example, right? A 30% bonus would in a one-to-one transfer partner would mean you would get 1.3 times the points when you are transferring that over. So we'll use round numbers. If you were transferring over 50,000 points, you would actually receive 65,000 points. So say you found a flight that was 65,000 points, business class. We'll just use British Airways because that's a simple one, right? If you're familiar with American, the One World Alliance, some of the others in there are Alaska Airlines. You also have Qatar. So those are a few, but if you go back and listen to that transfer partners, it'll make a little bit more sense. But ultimately, you'd be getting 15,000 points for free. That's going to be key. A lot of the times they're going to last anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks. So that's the nice part is if you get those automatic updates, you'll be able to just have those ready and be able to send over. One thing again, just going back and just making sure everyone's aware when you do transfer those points over, that is final. So if you were to transfer points over from, you know, American Express to United, that would be final. But understanding too, who's in the Star Alliance, because a lot of the times those, if you're transferring over to Star Alliance partners, you can probably get a better deal than United. So that's in points wise. But just for simple, redemptions, a couple that we did this year were we were planning to go to Grand Cayman this upcoming fall. Flights, I they, on American, I didn't have any American points, but British Airways does operate to go there, and there were flights to get there for 15,000 points each way, so 30,000 points. There was a 30% bonus to move to British Airways from either I think it was from Capital One or from Chase. I moved over right around, I think it was like 25,000 points, got the bonus. So I got 5,000 points for free. And, now we're flying, I was able to save on that. The flight cash price was right around $600. So I like that, right? It's a little bit more than two times the points, which, I'm happy with. And, that saved me $600 in cash. And I had a lot of those Capital One miles saved up. Another one that was going on was Qantas, who is also part of the One World Alliance. And I think this is one thing too, is understanding which hub, and we talk about this in some of our former episodes, but which hub is like, what is the main hub of where you're flying out of and nearby? Because a lot of the times that's where a lot of the partner airlines are going to operate out of. And you can search those, on the different tools we mentioned around seats.aero, Rome Travel. Those are our two favorites to find award availability with, but it'll show you, which ones are going there. And there was a 30% bonus going on for Qantas, where I knew we had four different flights coming up. So was able to save, I think the cash price was right around like 1780 for those four separate flights going to Lexington, Kentucky for the Bourbon Trail, which is about 460, a Vegas one way. Also, going to and from Ohio for the Christmas time, and was able to spend like 35,000 points using Capital One miles for those after.
Hey, I wanted to take a quick break to say thank you so much for tuning into the show. The only way the show grows is through listeners like you helping us share it. So if you're enjoying the show, it'd mean the world to me if you hit that 5-star rating, shared it with a friend or family member who's ready to travel more, save money, or just needs a little bit more inspiration and that nudge. And if you're posting about it on Instagram, go ahead and tag Itinerary Boss, and we'll make sure to reshare it and shout you out for giving us a shout out. Thanks so much for the support. It truly means a lot. And now back with the show.
After the 30% transfer bonus, and was able to save, that over $1,700 on that. So, paying those taxes and fees, which came out, I think, to $20 total between those flights. So that's the power of them. And, again, just finding availability first before you transfer anything over, like we had mentioned, using seats.aero, using things like Rome.travel, Point Me. So understanding too, when does that bonus end? How, and also being able to understand too, you know, do I need those points in the future? I think is key. So the best way again to track the bonuses, if you go to the links in our show notes and you click on stay up to date on the transfer bonuses, you'll be able to do that. There's also other places like Award Wallet where they have a transfer bonus tool. And then in our weekly newsletter, we're sharing those and we do a monthly roundup as well. So next time you see one of those transfer bonuses, make sure you're taking advantage of that if you have some upcoming flights and you see that availability. But if you have any questions, let us know. I think these are going to be really helpful, quick hitters. And, if you want to hear a mailbag episode where we go through all the specific questions you have, happy to help there. The best way to start to get started with these is grabbing the free points and miles cheat sheet, where it'll include all of this. It'll include the different transfer partners, and just a one-stop shop, as well as a points multiplier. So you're getting a lot of value there that's going to help you start to really get into and understand the points and miles. So if you like this episode, make sure you follow or subscribe. Please share it with a family or friend who wants to travel more, wants to start using points and miles. And make sure you give us a 5-star review. That's how we help grow the show. We put out this content for free. It takes a lot of work and time on the back end. So we would greatly appreciate a 5-star review to help keep us going and keep improving. Until next week.